Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike, aka the Crypto Niggas, coming to your full screen, man, live and in effect. They really got me happy. Kind of been away for the weekend. I think what's today? Tuesday. I'm losing track of the days, man. But been on another little hiatus vacation trip with the family. My baby boy birthday is today, turning 3 years old. Man, time flies, man. Any of y'all who have children, I swear to you, once you drop them, once you have a couple kids, you have one, man, it seems like time just speed up on you. On top of the fact that time does definitely get shorter as the older that you get. But anyway, I just want to catch up a little bit and everything like that. Of course, I know y'all heard so many different opinions. You have your own opinions. We all, for the most part, are excited. I hope you're excited about the Veveverse news. That demo that we got, like, man, I don't even know why Veve wasted our time a year ago with that thing they showed us. For all my OGs, y'all remember, I think, well, I don't know, it was a decon or something like that. They showed us that crappy junk. We had like select from like a bot or this other little character. You only had two characters select from and you're running around. It was just whack. It was extremely it was horrible, I didn't think that would be anywhere near what it is that we'll get. But I'm just happy that it's like, man, we're nowhere near that time phrase, that time period. I mean, but the main thing though to think about is the fact that like when I first discovered Ecomi, when it was like no YouTubers covering it, of course, I'm pretty sure most of y'all know my story already, man, how I came across VVN and Ecomi. Shout out to the couple YouTubers that did touch on it. That's everything currency and blockchain. Andy, that I did find like after kind of like really hearing, finding VV and diving into it. But anyway, like when I first heard, what I'm saying, David and Dan and David like sit there and talk about his vision in a sense for the Veveverse, and they showed the DeLorean, and then they equated or say, they saw for a fact of, Ready Player One and everything like that. And again, like just hearing everything that they said, like literally seeing this first iteration of the Veveverse is it's like a full circle. It's like everything's coming together a little bit, even like just being down and staying down since like, early February 2021, going through all the BS, all the FUD and everything. And like, we're nowhere near out of like that neck of the woods, but like you should feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if the prices are down, bear market wise, I've always said to have a longer outlook. You know what I'm saying? Not just one time. You know, definitely not the one time for is like within a year or something like that. You're trying to get stupid rich, and in a sense, a lot of us could, and a lot of us did out there. Within Viva in this last bull run, especially if you sold, early this year, back in January, December, or whatever. If you sold sometime, you can never time the high. But if you sold everything in a sense during the time period where everything was like euphoric and like everybody loved VV, not too many people spoke bad or ill will about it, man, yeah, you came out nice. You most definitely did. Hopefully you buying everything back now. You know what I'm saying? With like a fraction of the price that you cashed out and walked off with back then. So anyway, I don't like to keep my videos too long. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to go forever and everything like that. Even though I gotta figure out something to get my watch time hours up or whatever. I'm starting to figure out like, oh, that's why y'all go live. So I'm probably start doing some lives myself or whatnot, man. Y'all jump in with me. Let me know in the comments if you be down for joining in with me some lives and everything like that. I'm also too open to collaborate with any other content creators and YouTubers. You want to talk or anything. But anyway, let's get to it, man. My thoughts about things. Anyway, all right. So first up, we got phase one, right? Phase one is quarter one, 2023. We expect that you're gonna get the VV home space and accessories. That's dope to me. Basically, we getting the graduation of the showrooms that we had. The showrooms that we had pretty much served as a placeholder until this point in time. I almost think that the showrooms on the app probably go obsolete once the Veveverse is going. Y'all let me know, but I don't really see a point of the showrooms on the app unless the app showrooms, like I said, turn completely into the VV home space and everything like that. It's the same thing, but yeah, basically we'll be getting another one. I know they said other things. They got ideas of maybe it's a sign of being an OG having them older showrooms, but how would it connect with everything though as well? So I'll be interested to see how it develop. I personally don't care. I mean, they can scrap it and throw it away completely and like say we ain't gonna do nothing with it. Like that's cool. I'm fine with that. I won't be mad about that at all. Let's move on to the VV home space. But I thought it was very cool. You got the outside area that they quote unquote called the island or whatever. I wish they would have showed us a little bit how our island or our space connects to other spaces? You know, is it that we got to teleport, or is it that you don't see it? You know, as we saw in the demo, or that's just because it's not fully developed yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of space in a sense around the space that you have to be able to create on and to put your collectibles in. So I would like to see that. I'd like to see an example of that at least. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll get that sometime. Also, too, I think the accessories are a dope thing, a good touch. Basically, the total creative control or whatever, that's something that I've been asking for and saying that Veve has to give us because I saw that was the key with Decentraland. Someone who's, like I said, I came across a lot of projects at the same time. I came across Veve at the same time, Decentraland, Sandbox, OVR. If anybody ever heard of OVR is actually kind of cool. I fell off on it and everything like that though. But when I first started, it was kind of cool. OVR, it was a tie between like OVR and like Veve as far as what I wanted to try to go in on. But of course, like everybody, Veve and Ecomi sold you with the big IP. Like nobody else had this really, you know. So again, what else with OVR? Terra Virtual and stuff like that. They go by Virtual now. But anyway, I found like all of those at the same time and in search of like, you know, metaverse NFT plays and stuff like that. So of course went with Veve as well because also too with Decentraland and Sandbox, I felt that I missed the land sales already and it was too high in a sense for me at least to try and jump in. I didn't want to jump in on that. A little upset that we're not getting land sales yet or stuff like that. It's just like, dang, when Veve does drop his land sales, hopefully it's within my price budget, in my price range and everything like that. Because man, I wanted to be early on that anyway. Why a lot of people weren't paying attention. But again, don't want to ramble too much. But like I was saying though, the difference or what I needed Veve to show was that full creative control because that's something that Decentraland did have, and I noticed early on. I was like, okay, it's cool. The graphics suck. It's really nobody in here because I still have my avatar. I even got like some airdrops for Decentraland just for like having an account with them, you know, some little hats and everything. But what was cool was the fact that like in the marketplace as a creator like myself, you know, if you know how to, you can create different you know, garments, you know what I'm saying, you know, articles of clothing, hats, and things like that. People create crazy stuff like a clown mask or clown shoes, you know, but you can buy and purchase and trade those things in the Centraland store. And for me, I thought that Veve wasn't going to allow that, but I'm happy that they are and to hear that what they are. And I still gotta get to the other phases and everything. I'll try to make this quick though, but I'm finally happy, and that's what I felt about the whole Veveverse too. And it was like, please, yeah, Slick, take your time because like I'm a strong believer that it's projects that's out there right now that wouldn't be anything without Veve. If Veve didn't start up, build this community or the community built around it and stuff like that, like some of these projects wouldn't be who they are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I'll say DC. You know what I'm saying? DC had to get their feet wet. You know what I'm saying? They didn't jump out there, you know, separate from Veve to begin with. They got their feet wet. They saw what was happening with Veve and everything like that. And then Veve wound up making a choice to rock with Disney and Marvel. So my assumption is that, you know, Veve wanted some more, I mean, DC wanted a little more control over their assets in a sense. And also, too, like, y'all got to, you know, don't underestimate the fact that, like, yeah, DC and Marvel don't mix, you know? So it's like, they probably just wanted to have their own thing and not be on the same platform versus where like I feel like Marvel will take on that challenge and be like, yeah, we'll come on there and we'll take all your attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's just feeling I have. You know, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, so DC, you know, they doing it. But yeah, honestly, man, what I see from the community and from those same communities that literally like majority or overwhelmingly majority of those fan bases, those communities come from Veve. You know what I'm saying? So they've been able to kind of like watch Veve, that shit recurs to and everything like that. To be able to watch Veve, see what works and see what don't work. Because to be real with y'all, like our community, not quiet. Y'all are extremely loud. You know what I'm saying? So y'all voice your pros and the cons extremely loud. So the other people, they just sitting there taking notes. They're like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we do we do this. So for me, I'm happy that Veve is taking their time with their metaverse place because they've they've been able to do the same thing now in return. Like they can look at some other things, they can see the ideas, they can see what's happening, they can see what's working, you know, stuff like that, and then they can take it and they can tweak it. They can go even further with it. You know what I'm saying? So when they do jump out, they already, you know, got better, you know, things going for them that these other projects didn't, and what their cons were. So to me, that is a very that's extremely smart move and great for us, you know. Even though I always felt like Veve was gonna like kill it anyway. So Anyway, like I said, get it rambling. But let's go to phase two. Phase two, we get the worlds. VVC and IP branded worlds. That's going to be cool. That's going to be no problem whatsoever. Um, the reason why I say it's no problem whatsoever because again, let's talk about the Central Land and let's talk about Sandbox. They have big IP that have land in those places that's like committed to try and develop and do things in it. And I feel like almost like a lot of them jumped the gun because really they'll kick themselves or they feel like, or if they're not putting themselves on multiple platforms, they'll be upset and be like, man, we should have waited for something like Veve to drop and Veveverse, and it would have been a lot better to have land and everything there. Because again, I've been in the Central Land, and a lot of times there don't be too much going on, or it's just like, it's no big IP, so nothing in there is really recognizable. Even when you hit a lot of the art galleries and stuff, a lot of the bull, I don't want to call it bull, but a lot of the art stuff like that, just just stuff from OpenSea that a lot of us don't even know anything about. It's not just like, your top NFTs, it's a bunch of randomness, which is a cool free world, but like for mass adoption and everything like that, that's not going to be very attractive. All right, so the branded worlds, that's gonna be dope because I think Atari got like something in Decentraland. Again, you can look up Sandbox and Decentraland. Snoop Dogg got stuff in like Sandbox and everything, but it's gonna be no problem. So we're gonna move on to phase three, customizing avatars. I didn't even know about Ready Player Me, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'm probably gonna jump in there now and start working on my avatar. We're going to start getting ready for that thing. Even though it's going to be a while, we're not looking to quarter three, which is like almost this time. You know what I'm saying? We just left quarter three not too long ago. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be dope. Definitely a needed thing. Everybody want to personalize who they got. Everybody wanted the avatar to look a lot like them. And that's today's, thing or whatever. When it comes to even just your emojis, I know Apple for sure is that way. Like, I don't even like sending emojis that's not my skin tone anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing a yellow emoji is whack. So it's like, I want to you definitely going to want to personalize your avatar and walking through to where people can recognize you before even seeing your username or user tag or something like that. Like, oh, okay, that's really so and so. And then that helps too to kind of like bridge the digital representation of you or bridge the digital community to the physical community in a sense. It's like because a lot of us, that's how social media did it anyway, and this is taking it to the next level, Web3 of course. But social media allow you to meet and know people across this globe, and you might not ever really meet in person, but you become pretty close in a sense, so it's like it kind of makes that a little easier transition or whatever, if you can understand what I'm saying. So let's go to phase four for quarter four as gamification. I know all the mighty holders probably happy about that, even though that is extreme speculation. But yeah, gamification, man, it's a real thing. It's coming. That's something to look forward to. Definitely, I'm gonna do another video on it. But as always, if anybody just known the plans forever, it ain't got to be a game. Just for the simple fact that I can ride around in the metaverse in a certain vehicle. Vehicles are underrated. Vehicles are underrated on the app. It's so many more vehicles to basically come. The way they doing it is IP alone is so many vehicles for them to get. I mean, come on, they ain't even got basic stuff yet, man. You just get Fords, you know what I'm saying? Chevrolet. I mean, I'm thinking from a US standpoint though, but come on now. So yeah, gamification, that's something to look forward to for sure. Like I said, I'll do another video, man. I'm kind of go in on some slept on collectibles, especially if you thinking, Veveverse. Let me see what else we got. I think that's all four phases. One of the things I did think about, I want to know more information about is the land sales. Right now, the way I see it, is no point of me owning land. If you telling me that like just from being a user, I'm able to know the script or get the information and be able to do whatever I can and create something or whatnot, what's the point of me owning the land? I believe in like Central Land and Sandbox and stuff. You have to own land to be able to develop and to create things. Now, if they're going to give it to everybody the ability to create something, from scratch, and then yeah, I don't know. I don't see no point in owning the land unless you have to own the land to be able to monetize it. Because since they say you can make your showrooms, your homes or whatever, public or private, well, I'm like, okay, if I turn mine private, and then maybe we can charge, a door fee for people coming in, $2 in Omi, whatever it is for you to enter. It's Halloween time. I might set up my spot like a haunted house with certain collectibles and all that type stuff. How people can get creative and everything. You do something like that, then I want to charge entry for it. Just something to think about. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Hit this like button, please, man, for sure. Share it if you like these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And continue to be great. Be blessed. And as always, man, I'm out. Take it easy.